Welcome to another one of the Pandora videos. Today we're going to take a look at MiniMenu, so it's a small tutorial again. We'll also take a look at the desktop in a later video, but first let's check out this, GUI, mostly suited for gamers. As you can see, we've got a lot of tabs at the top, which shows the different categories of stuff installed, and we got all the games and programs that are installed right here. You can move around with the D-pad. You can wait for a few seconds and see some information here. This is just the basic stuff that doesn't have much information in there. With the L and R buttons you can click the tabs. So the tab All shows all installed programs. So that's everything. That's why it looks a little cluttered. Settings just shows the different settings. These are Pandora specific. XFCE has a lot of more settings, but we'll take a look at those later. And these are the system things where you can change CPU speed, you can use your SD card, your Pandora as card reader, you can change the GUI, you can select, you have a normal file manager, Explorer, you can toggle Wi-Fi, you can add, remove users and change them. Then there's network. There's currently Aurora, the small lightweight web browser. Then there's Clausemail, which will probably be removed from a later version because it works way better on an SD card. Gigolo, which lets you connect to different network shares. Midori, Pigeon, XChat. And there's even more detailed things coming later, so we have a lot of categories here. Okay, now if I insert an SD card into the Pandora, you've seen it last time already, MiniMenu finds the SD card and shows all installed programs in here. So now I've got a lot of more programs here in all, and of course I've got new categories here: utility, text editor, audio, video, just video, all those things. Okay, let's go back to all. Another thing that is nice is if you select an icon and you wait for a few seconds, then it will load a preview picture if it's there, so you can see the preview. Same here for the next game, just wait a few seconds and it should appear. Looks like this game doesn't have a preview picture, that's why it doesn't show anything. But just use GemRB for example, preview picture. Right here it says documentation, hit Y. So this file, I showed it in the last video, does have a documentation, and if I press the Y button then it will show the documentation, the short readme. So to run games on MiniMenu is easy, you just select it and then you press the B button, so press it and the application will run. One thing that's nice about MiniMenu is I think you can either quit normally right here, but you can also press the Pandora button, which will simply kill the program and go back to MiniMenu. You shouldn't do that usually, but for some games who don't save anything, then pressing Pandora button is way more easy. Let's go a little closer, you can see the different items. There's shutdown, configure, we'll take a look at that later. Rescan for application, that's if somehow it didn't check that you insert an SD card. Cache previews to SD now. That's an interesting and nice thing. You've seen that it takes a few seconds if I select an icon until it shows the preview picture. If you cache the previews to SD now, it will show them instantly because it saves them on the SD card, so that's easier. Run a terminal console is easy if you want to use the command line for some and typing some Linux commands yourself, you can do so, just go to a terminal. Run another GUI, that's for starting up the desktop mode or any other that will appear later. Quit with Beware, it just quits the program. So in this case, on most units, it will just go back to the password login screen. But depending on how you configure your system, it will quit and then you won't have anything. With skin, you can select a different skin so that it does look different. I don't have a MiniMenu skin installed, so I can show that right now. I'm fine with the current one, I really like it. So here's the configuration options. We have general options. We can show and hide application, show and hide order tabs, or exit. So general options, default tab to show. So usually it starts with the All tab, but if you say, I don't like that, I want to see, for example, the audio video tab as default, then simply select it here and that's it. Set CPU speed when leaving is whenever it runs a program, then you can force it to use the CPU speed. Show all tab, if you don't like that all tab, you can simply tell it to not show. Start with app selected. If you do that, then it will automatically start the app that you select. Wrap tab change means if you press L and R and you come to the end, then it won't go further. If you press R again, then it will wrap and go back. Grid stop vertical, it's the same for the grid where the program signs are shown. And force wallpaper with, well, you can simply select your own wallpaper if you want. So let's go back, and now the interesting thing, show hide applications. That one is really useful if you don't need some tools. For example, if you never use Wi-Fi from MiniMenu, just disable it. If you don't use the user manager, disable it. If you say, I don't need, for example, numeric, I don't want to show it up, just disable it. So you can select anything and just tell it to not show up in MiniMenu. And then if you go back to main and exit configuration, then you will see if we go to system and settings, the user manager is gone as we selected it, as well as the toggle Wi-Fi. Show hide order tabs. So if you say I don't care about any tab, for example, I don't want to see the settings tab at all in MiniMenu, or I don't want to see GNOME, GTK, utility, whatever tab there is, then you can simply hide it. And well, as you can see, system tab is gone, as are the other ones I hit. Now that's what we had, reveal hidden category. If I select that one, then I can temporarily reveal one. So I say, I want to change some settings, then I reveal that one, and here I am in the settings dialog. So yeah, you can configure MiniMenu the way you like. You can hide applications you don't use. You can set your own skin. You can do a lot of things here. So last thing, cache previous to SD now. That takes a few seconds, of course. Now it reads all PND files and caches the information onto the SD card. Okay, finished. Now if I go to, for example, Battle for Westnorth, the preview picture shows instantly, as does the same for DI1X Rebirth or any other program installed here. I don't have to wait anymore, it shows instantly and it will do the same next time I select it. Another thing it shows are some information like CPU clock and if it's the first app or if it's a multiple app. Because some PNDs have multiple apps, for example DOSBox has the normal DOSBox and the front end. The front end is app 1, that's just some technical details. So yeah, MiniMenu is pretty cool if you're a gamer. Yeah, now it's instantly with those pictures, which is really, really nice. If you love to play games and don't want a fancy desktop or don't want to meddle around with the touchscreen or the touch pen, well, you can use your fingers here to select the tabs as well. But I really prefer using L and R. When I want to play games, I use my D-pad as well. So that's for today, MiniMenu. Have a nice weekend, and on Monday we are back with playing some games.